Hometown station 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Good morning and welcome into Hometown today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Ashton Oberzinski, Wally Lukaczynski, and Kale Zomer up in the WBEV studio with you this morning. And Hometown today is presented to you by our friends over at Professional Floor Covering. Professional Floor Covering is an Abbey Design Center located at 713 Park Ave in Beaver Dam. They are locally owned, and Randy and his team are here to help you design the perfect space. They have over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood, tile, area rugs, and window finishings. It's so much more than floors. They have a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops, cabinets, tile, shower inserts, and more. But we got to talk about the floors. They have multiple different styles, types, and brands of flooring. They do carpet, hardwood, laminate, LVP, tile, stone, and area rugs. Randy and his team will come out to measure, provide suggestions on type of flooring at price points to meet your budget. Go to PROFLR.com for all your needs. And we are joined here today by Will Fullwider, the Regional Crops Educator with UW Extension Dodge County, and Jeff Gaska, a local farmer and board member of the Dodge County Farmers for Healthy Soil and Healthy Water. How are you both today?
Very good.
Doing well.
You guys have a big event coming up next, February 4th. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with this project?
You want to take it first, Jeff?
Yep, so my name's Jeff Gaska, and I'm a local farmer just south of Beaver Dam in southwest Dodge County. We raise cash crop, corn, soybeans, and winter wheat, and also beef cattle. So we have a beef cow herd and have always been kind of interested in improving the soil and doing the right thing when we're farming. And this group started, it's almost 10 years ago now. And it was kind of what I was looking for to get involved with, a group that really promoted conservation on the ground and taking care of the soil and managing it properly. And so it kind of sparked my interest in it, and I went to the first meeting and thought this is really what I want to do. And, they're promoting planting cover crops, promoting soil health, no-till, trying to save the soil, trying to reduce erosion, reduce nutrient loss, and grow better crops. And then the cattle part kind of works its way into that as well with the soil health aspect and the cattle working on the land, incorporating their manure in it and the crop residue and increasing organic matter and being able to utilize those fields more than just growing a crop on it. So we can grow crops and we can grow cattle on our cropland.
And Will?
Yeah, I think my first meeting with the Dodge County Farmers Group was like my 5th day on the job or something like that. They immediately, I had a former colleague that had worked with Michelle, who had worked with the group before, and was like, you got to meet these guys. And so we went to the social event, hung out there for so many hours, just chatting up, not understanding a ton of what was being talked about because I was new to the area. The type of agriculture I'd worked with previously was a bit different. So I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But they have been so awesome, and working with them has been wonderful because I've learned so much. I've been able to be a part of the group in kind of an advisory role. I go to a lot of the board meetings, give my 2 cents, be that connection to the UW and the research, while also taking their ideas about what UW should be studying and saying to people like the speaker that we're going to talk about in a little bit, our extension specialists, what they should be researching. So it's been a fun two-way street to be able to see kind of that research being done on the ground in both ways. And they've been teachers to me, which has been really awesome. And learning about agriculture in Wisconsin and in Dodge County. So it's been a wonderful experience for me to be able to have and be able to give my 2 cents where it is appropriate, where I think that maybe that's something that we should look at. So it's been a great group to work with for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, you guys are having this huge event, the Soil Health Expo, and for somebody like me who has no idea what that is all about, can you give us a little bit of kind of a tease before we go to break, and then we can talk more about it, what's all going to be there and what's going on?
So basically our Soil Health Expo is an opportunity for farmers in the area to come and learn and see what other people in the area are doing. learn from our local farmers. There's going to be local people there presenting, as well as people from around the area, just outside of the state, that are doing similar things, and just really an opportunity to learn, listen, talk to other people that are doing it, and hopefully go back home to their farm and try something new or continue what they're doing, and being able to utilize some of that information that they can get at the meeting.
Well, we're going to step aside for a quick break, but when we come back, we'll hear more about the Soil Health Expo that will be on February 4th. But that's next here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Are you tired of battling a damp, musty basement? Air Care in Beaver Dam has a solution for you. The April Air Dehumidifier will significantly improve the air quality in your basement by removing up to 100 pints of moisture per day. That's 12 and a half gallons. The April Air Dehumidifier is quiet, energy efficient, and backed by an impressive 5-year replacement warranty. If you want a crisp, dry lower level for more living space or storage, call Air Care at 920-356-8860. Big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
This week's 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam High School Athlete of the Week is Emerson Middlestat of Mayville. Emerson plays in the Cardinals football, basketball, and track teams. His favorite high school moment is winning the 2025 Division V State Football Championship, and after graduation, he plans to attend UW-Platteville to study mechanical engineering. Congratulations to Mayville's Emerson Middlestat. He's this week's 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam High School Athlete of the Week.
Hi, I'm Josh Schneider with Silica for Your Home. We have a great feature available in our showrooms, our digital price tags. They search the internet every day and allow us to adjust the prices based on our competitors. That ensures you are always getting the best deal. If it finds a lower price, it will automatically change our Silica price in real time. These digital price tags are all about saving you time and money. Shop Silica for Your Home for the best sales, service, and selection.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Winter in Beaver Dam means the gym's packed, the bleachers are loud, and somewhere someone's pretending their windshield scraper is a hockey stick. We've got you covered all things Beaver Dam winter athletics, plus plenty of talk about what the green and gold are up to now that it's officially the off-season in Green Bay. Charlie Dern and Wally Lukashenski. We are the Dam Sports Show, brought to you by Real Sports Cards in Waupun. Catch us each weekday from 4 until 5 on the Daily Dodge YouTube page, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. We are joined today with Will Fullwider from the Regional Crops Educator with UW Extension Dodge County, and Jeff Gaska, a local farmer and board member of the Dodge County Farmers for Healthy Soil and Healthy Water. You guys have a huge event coming up on February 4th, the Soil Health Expo. Can you tell us a little bit about it and the agenda and the big keynote speakers that are coming to talk?
All right. So our event is on February 4th and pretty much runs the whole day. We have a board meeting right away in the morning, but then 10 o'clock is when the big show starts. And really what we're doing is we're bringing in Tom Cotter from Minnesota, who's a farmer out there that does a lot of soil health things on his farm, planting cover crops and using livestock and no-till and strip-till and things like that. So he's going to give us his perspective on what he does. He's from Minnesota, but he's pretty much straight across the state, so very similar situation weather-wise, growing degree days, crops that they grow, things like that. So someone that's very relatable to what we're doing here, but he is out of state, but we like to bring in a lot of different people with a lot of different perspectives and things to talk about, and just everyone does things a little bit different. So having him at the at the meeting to discuss what he does is hopefully gives us a lot of new ideas and things that we might want to try and look at. Then we have Sean Conley, which, Will, if you want to fill in who he is.
Yeah, so he's our extension specialist, Wisconsin State soybean specialist, and UW medicine professor. So lots of different hats he's wearing, but he runs a program called Cool Bean, which is all about soybeans.
Oh, I like the name.
Yeah, branded. And so he does research along with his lab about all things soybeans in Wisconsin. He's going to talk about kind of the latest updates from his research, specifically looking at how planting date and maturity of soybeans has changed, and breeding efforts, et cetera, has changed that, and how to dial that in for farmers in the area. So definitely some very locally based research. Some of that's been happening in Dodge County, some throughout the state. So he's going to kind of bring that that statewide yet local perspective.
Nicely done.
So you don't want to miss that. What time do they both speak?
So Tom Cotter starts at about a little after 10. So we have a welcome at 10 o'clock on February 4th. And then Tom Cotter will speak until about lunchtime. So there'll be a lot of opportunity for interaction with him, discussion. If he's talking about something, you got questions, they usually really like answering questions and explaining in more detail what they're doing. And some of his stuff might be a little philosophical, why am I doing this? Then going into the actual nuts and bolts of what he is doing, how he's planting, how he's running his livestock and things like that. So that's up until noon. And then Chef Chance always does an awesome job with the lunches there. He knocks it out of the ballpark every time, really good meal so that you give time to have a nice meal, nice warm meal, warm up, and talk to your neighbors, farmers, talk to people that are maybe on the panel that are discussing things. And then we get back into the session with Sean Conley and kind of getting more into the research end, like Will had said, and kind of getting what have they been doing, what are they showing for results, whether it's with the way we're planting, no-till versus conventional till, or the varieties that they're using, or management practices that we can do. So, and he's also, not only with soybeans, but he also works with small grains, so winter wheat and oats and barley and rye, and some of those things are kind of making a comeback in the area where it's not just corn and soybeans anymore, and doing that is really beneficial to the soil health, where you have not just an oscillation of corn and soybeans, but throwing in winter wheat or a small grain or alfalfa, and giving that land, I wouldn't call it a rest, but a break from just the same thing over and over again. And that's, one of the good things about looking at soil health is breaking up that monotypic production that's out there with if you're just doing corn and soybeans. So he'll be able to talk a lot about that and give us some good insight into what's going on there. And then we go into what I really like about this session is that we're having some young farmers, some newer farmers to no-till or to cover crops, and that some of them are on our board, some of them are our members in our organization. But why are they doing? What are they changing? And there's always the old guard of that's the way my dad did it, or that's the way we used to do it. And these folks have decided to try and change that. And so it's going to be really interesting listening to their stories and what they're doing, and to show that change is possible. It's not. It doesn't have to be constant. We can make some changes out there, and it can be very incremental, very slow changes. But these folks are starting to implement those changes on their farms, and so it'd be really interesting to hear what they have to say and what they're doing, and show that we can do it. And they're not. You don't have to be afraid.
So. You mentioned it, yeah. This is a full-day event. So you have those keynote speakers in the middle of the day, and it's going to be followed up with the Young Farmer panel. When you say young farmer, I'm curious. Well, what are we talking about with young here?
Maybe a better term would be, maybe I don't even know the different term, but different than what they used to do type of thing. So, a lot of them might be in their 20s and 30s. Slowly
we still
coming.
Will.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're not out yet.
Yeah. Coming into an operation that's been in existence, or some of them maybe even be starting their own farm and trying, from scratch. But I would say in that 20 to 30 age frame, would be a good estimate. Now, there may be people older than that are making changes, and so we want to highlight them. The big thing that we wanted to show with this is people that are willing to make a change, and like I said,
try
not
some
just
new things.
Yes, not just do what we used to do because we used to do it. So that's really what we're trying to highlight there. And don't be afraid.
It's a good way to round it out that in the day, too. You get to hear some new ideas before you get to talk with your neighbors a little bit about what they've been doing.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and I bet it's really beneficial for both parties, having the young farmers up there and just being able to share what they've gone through. And yeah, I bet that's really beneficial for both.
Yep, and we've got members on our group that are mentors, so that if someone has a question, well, I'm trying no-till for the first time, or I'm trying cover crops for the first time, I want to do it this way. Well, we have people in our organization that have probably tried it, have done it, have succeeded, have failed, know what to do, what not to do. And so we have people that are on our list, on our website, that you can contact, you can send a text to or an email, and they'd be more than happy to even come out to your farm and look at what you're doing, discuss what you're doing. A lot of stuff can be done over the phone, but here's what works, here's what doesn't work. And so it's nice to have that ability to reach out to another farmer, someone that's doing it, someone that might be in their age class that they feel comfortable talking to, or the type of farm. If it's a dairy farm, talk to someone that is raising dairy. We don't raise dairy on our farm. I wouldn't know how to handle the manure that they have, because we just don't deal with that. But we have people on our board that do that, and so we have people that you could talk to. I've got livestock, so someone raising cattle or whatever, I'm more than happy to talk to them and share my experiences with them. And it's not always positive. We have issues. We run into problems. It's not always a win-win, but I think we learn more sometimes from our mistakes than our successes, and we know how to move forward then. And being able to say, I'm not done. Just because you fail, just because a corn farmer fails, they don't stop growing corn. Why should I fail if I have cover crops or cattle and I fail? We can try something else. We can look at something else. And that kind of comes out in that young farmer session, as well as the social event afterwards. So after the meeting's done, we have pizza and refreshments. And again, an opportunity. You heard a whole bunch of stuff during the day. Now you want to pick someone's brain about it, And I'm guessing Tom Cotter and Sean will be there for that too, and they can, discuss. And it's just a great way to, no pressure. You don't have to get in front of 300 people and ask a question that you might not really feel comfortable asking. You can do that with a pizza and a beer in your hand, and it's a lot easier.
Perfect setting for sure. And if people want to go to this, how can they sign up or register, and where can they go?
They can visit the website of the Dodge County Farmers, which is, let me see what it is, DodgeCountyFarmers.com. Wow. Or they can call 920-386-3660 to register as well. You can, it's $50 per person to come to the event, and that includes the meal and membership in the Dodge County Farmers Group.
All right, perfect. So $50, you can do that ahead of time, or you can register there in person if you want to do it that way as well.
Yep, absolutely. Registration is open the day of. If you can register earlier, it just helps us plan a little better. But the $50 goes to the meal, the membership, and the social event afterwards. So you get a great day. I think the meal is probably worth $50 alone.
You get two different meals. I was looking at that. You're not getting cheated here.
Yep.
And beer.
Yeah.
And beer. And that's a winner.
Yeah. So go to the DodgeCountyFarmers.com website. The phone number Will gave is the phone number to the Dodge County Land and Water Conservation office here in Juneau, so they will take registrations as well. You can pay on the website, or you can pay the day that you show up to the meetings. So.
Well, and then you mentioned as well, so you're going out it's a full day event, but DodgeCountyFarmers.com, if people want to stay up to date with other events that are coming up, because this isn't all you guys do throughout the year either, is that the best place for people to stay in the know?
It's definitely one place, too.
All right, multiple places.
Yeah, so Facebook's another one. Dodge County Farmers Healthy Soils, Healthy Waters is a great place. There's also an email list that, when you attend the event, you can sign up for as well. And that's probably the most direct line of communication to be able to receive what the group is up to. And like you mentioned, we have other events that are conducted throughout the year. Field days in the summertime, probably not today when it's like -2 degrees.
I really hope
Although we had a field day at Jeff's when it was 18 degrees and super windy. And so it was like the first cold day of the winter. It was a really good call.
What was that one for?
It was.
So we were when we were kind of playing around with planting corn, and we planted corn. Normally we planted in 30-inch rows. Now we went with 60-inch rows, and we planted cover crops in between to graze our cattle on.
No.
And so we had to wait for the corn to be harvested so that we could see the site. And it was in mid-November, I think, when we got everything ready for it. And yeah, it was a cold day, but you still learn a lot.
Yeah,
You know?
the cows are still out there eating
Yep.
the cover crops. So it's like, well, we got to be out there too.
Yep.
So there's pop-up events like that. We have a planter clinic every year in the kind of beginning of April. Talk about getting set up for planting season that starts in earnest, kind of mid-April, late April. And then there's usually a after wheat cover crops event in late July, August timeframe. And then there's finally a cover crop showcase that has been pushed up a little bit in recent years to be able to get people while they're still up here for the summer times hanging out on the lake. So that's really a community-focused event. So it's folks that are not farmers to come to a farm that has planted cover crops to see what do cover crops do, see it in action, and understand kind of the water quality benefits that they get from farmers around the area planting cover crops.
Definitely a busy group here. We have about a minute or so left. Can you guys give us any last words that you would like to tell everybody about?
I think just kind of following up on what Will said, we kind of have a partner organization, the Dodge County Alliance for Healthy Soil, Healthy Water, which it not only encompasses our Dodge County Farmers Group, but all the lakes groups in the area, Beaver Dam, Sinisippi, and Fox Lake. And now we're working a little bit with Horicon Marsh. And so those are all the lake residents, and we're working together. And the great thing about this organization is that instead of pointing fingers and blaming one person for something or another, we're working together to try and keep their waters clean, the lakes clean, great fishing, opportunities and boating opportunities, as well as the soil on the crop fields. And we're working together, and Will said this cover crop showcase in the fall kind of highlights that, where the lake residents and the people around the lake are helping, doing different things. We get to see what they're doing, and they get to see what the farmers groups are doing, and being able to work together as a collaborative group instead of antagonizing each other and blaming each other. So I really kind of wanted to put out that the Dodge County Alliance, which encompasses all those groups, really plays a big role in this whole thing.
Well, check out the Soil and Health Expo February 4th at the Juneau Community Center from 10 to 3:30, 4:30? Whenever the party stops.
Whenever the beer runs out.
Yep.
You can keep up to date with everything that they're doing at DodgeCountyFarmers.com or on their Facebook page. Thank you both for being here today and telling us about the Soil Health Expo. We very enjoyed our time together.
Always appreciate coming on.
Yep, thank you.
You're the man, Will.
We are going to step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, we should have Diana Ogle, right? Yeah, it's Monday. From Park Village.
It's a Randy professional, I think.
I thought it was.
Oh, you know what? It's on me. Hand up. Wally's an idiot. This is why Ashley's taking the show.
We have somebody on the phone. Next break. That's next here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. There's a hearing in Minneapolis today on a suit filed by Minnesota officials asking that all evidence in the shooting death of Alex Pretty be preserved. As the White House orders border czar Tom Homan to go to Minneapolis to assess the situation there are questions as to whether funding for ICE will be passed by Congress. ABC's Stephen Portnoy with more on the spending bill.
Among other things, the bill that's now before the Senate funds the Pentagon, HHS, HUD, the Departments of Labor, Education and Transportation, flood insurance, and DHS. Senate Democrats say they want the Homeland Security portion of the bill stripped out. But even if Republicans were to agree to that, it would have to go back to the House, which is out of town this week. The funding deadline is Friday. A wide-ranging partial shutdown would still leave ICE with tens of billions of dollars, which the GOP-led Congress approved last year.
The big winter storm that hit much of the country this week now responsible for 18 deaths, including a woman run over by a snowplow in Massachusetts. This is ABC News.
Breaking news. You need a new mattress. For all kinds of breaking news, stick with your trusted source. 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, broadcasting in the Slumberland Furniture Studio.
Now this news update on Wisconsin Radio Network. I'm Tad Aylin. There's already a revision in the works for Wisconsin school cell phone law. Representative Lindy Brill of Sheboygan Falls says the change in the law would allow school districts to restrict students' cell phone use during the school day. Brill says a bell-to-bell ban has bipartisan support. Sunday at the Capitol, protesters called for the abolishment of ICE following the death of Alex Pretty, who graduated from Preble High School in Green Bay in 2006. Federal agents claim that Pretty had a gun when they shot him multiple times Saturday in Minneapolis while he was lying on the ground after being detained. And a new survey shows Wisconsin employers don't think students are prepared for the workforce. Data from the survey from Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce shows 64% of employers indicated their employees struggle with reading, math, or both, while 30% had to resort to remedial education for employees.
It's all he ever talked about, all he wanted to do. When he wasn't out somewhere gambling, he was doing it here at home, on his phone, his computer, until that call to the Problem Gambling Helpline.
He kept calling in. Just didn't seem like himself. Now, he's one of the best workers I've got.
He was missing my games, my school stuff. Not anymore. I've got my dad back.
It's like he disappeared. He's my best friend, but he never had time for me anymore until he called the free Problem Gambling Helpline.
They call it the invisible addiction, but everyone can see it. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help and hope are just a call, text, or click away. Call the Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLE-5, text 850-888-HOPE, or visit wi-problemgamblers.org. Gamble responsibly, and everyone's a winner. A message brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery.
Super Bowl 60 is set in Santa Clara after the Patriots are back in the big game for the 12th time after a 10-7 win in a snowy Denver. And the Seahawks are back for the 4th time, holding off the Rams 31-27. The Packers have found their defensive coordinator, hiring former Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. He replaces Jeff Hafley, who got the head coaching job in Miami. Gannon was fired in Arizona after going 3-14 this season and 15-36 during 3 years with the Cardinals. Previously, he was a defensive coordinator with the Eagles when they went to Super Bowl 57. USC came to the Kohl Center to edge the Badger men's basketball team 73-71 on Sunday. Nick Boyd had 29 points in a losing effort. Badgers host Minnesota on Wednesday. Talk Badger hoops tonight at 7 during the Greg Gard Show on 95.3. Badger women's basketball team was blown out at Minnesota 88-53. The winter storm blanketing the United States postponed the Bucks and Mavs last night at Fiserv. Milwaukee heads to Philly on Tuesday. We'll have a pair of games on the air Tuesday night on Daily Dodge TV. At 6:45, it's Beaver Dam girls hockey hosting Stoughton at the Family Center. Across the street at the BDHS Fieldhouse, Beaver Dam girls basketball team hosts Watertown. Our coverage begins at 7. That's your Daily Dodge Sports Center. I'm Wade Bates on 95.3 WBEV.
Stay in the know with what's happening in your hometown. Listen to Hometown Today, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Bright sunshine today with daytime highs approaching 8 above. Westerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected tonight, a few flurries possible at times, lows dip down to about 2 above. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times, tomorrow highs around 10 above. A dusting of snow tonight. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Currently, 5 below.
As the temperatures drop, furnace use will go up, and we want you to be prepared. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. We can't thank Dodge County enough for awarding us as part of the Dodge County's Best. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Dodge County and surrounding counties, bringing warmth and comfort to your family. Call us today and ask about our rebates and tax credits that can help you save big on comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
If you are an employer looking to tap into the next strong generation of local prospective employees, then you can't miss this. 95.3 WBEV, ESPN Beaver Dam, and DailyDodge.com will be hosting the South Central Wisconsin Career Expo on Wednesday, March 4th. From 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Beaver Dam High School Fieldhouse, businesses will have the opportunity to meet with hundreds of eager juniors and seniors from area high schools. Employers can find more info and purchase a booth on the Career Expo page at DailyDodge.com.
Hey, this is Randy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And we have the one and only Diana Olgel from the Park Village Shopping Center on the line. Diana, how are we today?
Ashley, it's good to hear your voice. We are doing awesome. The sun is shining. The sky is blue, girlfriend.
It is indeed, but it is a little cold. And I know when I get cold, I like to make some nice warm food like a grilled cheese or something that really just warms up the spirit. But I also know that there's some places at the Park Village Shopping Center that I can go to do just that.
Are correct, sister friend. You know what? I'll tell you. Cousin Subs, if anyone has never tried their mac and cheese, I mean, I would commit a crime for that. I mean, really, I would. I mean, not a big crime. I mean, it would be a little misdemeanor, but it'd still be a crime. But their mac and cheese is so good. They've got great sandwiches. I mean, if you're not in the mood for cooking because it's so cold and you're at work and you're like, I don't want to cook when I get home, swing by Cousin Subs. You can get soup, mac and cheese, fries, cheese curds are the bomb. You can get that. If that's not your fancy, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly has a deli, bar none. They've got hot soup on the ladle all the time.
It's funny
you
you say
you brought up chili, you know.
You brought up cheese curds, Diana. They have the Cousin Sub sneakily has some of the best cheese curds in the entire state of Wisconsin.
Yes,
I'm telling you, isn't that the truth? The first, I mean, and I was turned on to them a few years ago, and I was like, holy moly, these are good. I mean, they are like. There again, I committed another crime. So there's a lot of crime going on.
A lot of
Subs,
crime.
apparently.
A lot of crime.
just misdemeanors, nothing big. But, you know, there's all kinds of food that you can just grab and go. Because when it gets cold like this, and if you're at work all day and you're just like, I just want to go home, put my feet up, and put a blankie on and have my cat sit in my lap, we've got many places to pick from. You can get McDonald's. You can get Dunkin'. You can get Baskin Robbins. You know, Wally and I, we've got a fetish about ice cream. We don't care how cold it is.
You ain't kidding.
You know, Ashley, you need to join us on this. We're going to go on an ice cream run, I think.
We have to. I mean, there's nothing better than
31 flavors.
31 flavors. Yeah. Well, which one do you go with usually?
I mean,
good question.
Well, we got to start with one and then just work our way down. I think that's just what we need to do, you know. And so the Saki House has got great food as well. So there's a plethora, however you want to say it, of food to pick from at the Park Village Shopping Center, you know. And if you just get a hankering and say, buddy, call your husband, call your boyfriend, call your kids, say, what do you guys want? What do you guys want? What do you guys want? You could grab a pizza, you could grab a steak, grill it inside. Some of us are hardy. We still grill outside, and that's okay too. But
you're tougher to me.
Just stay warm. Oh, yeah, stay warm and stay hydrated, and we got you covered.
You do. Well, and here's the thing, too. The big game's coming up, we know, in less than 2 weeks here. So that's the perfect opportunity. Go over there and stock up at Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, because if you're having one of those watch parties, Diana, you can't be the person that has the bad snacks out there, and you won't have to worry about that if you go to Fox Brothers.
No, you won't. They got you covered there. And the thing is, I mean, when we sit at those kind of big games like that, we want to be involved in the game. We want to yell, scream, holler, and do whatever we want to do. So you can make a head, put it in a crock pot, put it on a burn, whatever you got to do, because you don't want to be hanging in the kitchen while everybody's watching the big screen. You don't want to do that.
No.
So we got you covered in that arena, and, you know, beverages. I think a good pairing of pizza would be a good red wine. I do say so myself. Or a beer, perhaps. That's always good, you know. So we can hook you up with that way, and then you can get chocolate and just round out the whole thing.
Well, but Diana, before we let you go, I got to ask you, if you're throwing a Super Bowl party, what's the dish everybody's going to be talking about on Monday morning?
I think the dish that everybody usually talks about, that queso dip, you know, where you put the cheese and the taco chips and all that stuff. Everybody likes that, but I'll tell you what, I like a good egg roll. I'm a good egg roll girl, or a wonton girl, or I like those little Hawaiian slider sandwiches.
You're talking my kind of language right now.
I know. The sliders, you can just put them all in a pan, throw it in the oven, bring it out, cut it up, and everybody's like, oh, my God, you work so hard. I go, I know.
Well, this has gotten me hungry. It's only 9:45.
I know.
We're going to have problems.
It's not good.
But, Diana, you know what I have to ask you? We need to hear your world-famous tagline.
Absolutely. I shop Park Village Shopping Center, and you should too.
Every time.
Every time. Thank you so much, Diana. Have a great day.
All right, you kids have a good day too. Thanks for everything you do. You guys are awesome.
She's even better than us.
She's the best. And when we come back, we don't know again what Dale's got up his sleeve. That's next here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm Wally, and I'm just so sad.
What's got you feeling so down, Wally?
Oh, hey, Randy from Professional Floor Covering. I spent my new radio money on a mansion, but the floors look like a bad Facebook Marketplace ad. How am I supposed to spend all winter staring at this?
Well, wipe those tears, my dear Wally. At Professional Floor Covering, we have the perfect solution for your mansion mayhem. Like a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, LVP tile, and more. We'll measure and provide the design suggestions, all at prices you'll love. Need more than flooring? Get brand new cabinets and countertops or a luxurious shower or tub conversion. Professional Floor Covering has everything you need to transform your space before you're shut in for the winter.
Randy, you're a hero.
That's quite the exaggeration, Wally. But when it comes to the selection at Professional Floor Covering, there's no embellishment when we say we'll find you everything. Just visit PROFLR.com or our showroom in Beaver Dam today and see for yourself.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on Bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thinking about selling your home this winter? You might be surprised it can actually work in your favor. With fewer homes on the market, your listing has a better chance to stand out. And buyers shopping in the winter? They're often more serious, relocating for work or ready to make a move. Less competition and motivated buyers can mean smoother showings, cleaner offers, and a quicker path to closing. If you're curious what the winter market looks like locally, we're happy to share. Call Kladowski Real Estate at 920-219-9212.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. We have Kale Zomer up in the WBEV studio, and we can see him the first try today, and it worked. And Kale, we got brought in with Bang on the drum all day, and doesn't that just make you a little sad, Wally?
Yeah, a little bit.
Packers should be in the Super Bowl, but that's here nor there.
February next year. February 2027. We'll see you there.
We'll be there. Kale, take it away. We got to get off this topic.
Well, I mean, I came down there earlier today, and Wally's sitting down there like, man, I can't get warm. I'm cold today. And I'm like thinking it's because, if people missed it on Friday, we were talking on the show about how long we thought we could last out in that negative 38 wind chill. So after the show, we went out there and did that. If people missed it, they can go to the WBEV Radio Facebook page. We've got it on there. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself. I got to say, I thought maybe I had a good 3-4 minutes in me, but it went almost 6 minutes, somewhat out of necessity because we were, after Ashley dropped out, she came back inside to get the boiling water for us so we could do the fun experiment, throw it in the air, watch it vaporize, and it was taking longer than I anticipated, so I just kind of stuck. I think had I had the water in hand like 2 minutes earlier, I probably would have caved then, but I stuck it out. Almost 6 minutes. Not bad.
It was brave of you.
I think I was like 45 seconds.
Something like that, yeah.
I would have tapped out earlier, but you two were talking. And I was
you were like,
I
wanted to ask you the first question, and you're like, I'm just going to go in as soon as you're done talking. I'm already ready to give up. Yeah, it was cold, but you can revisit that.
It was freezing.
But Wally, it turns out that you weren't still shivering from our challenge on Friday. It's because you were back in the cold this morning.
He was.
I sure was. I was over there at the Beaver Dam Family Center, and I'd love to say practice is the right word, but it doesn't feel right. But I practiced with the boys' hockey team, and I think I spent more time on my back on the ice than I did standing up, Kale.
There's like a video, like I was there taking videos, content. There's we have a lot of good falling. And then at one point, Wally fell. He just didn't get back up.
I was dead tired. They made me do skate suicide. So I've gone up and back. I went to the blue line and back. Now I went to the goal line and back.
And by the time I got to the other goal line, I thought I was going to die on the ice. So I'm like, just leave me here.
Yeah, Charlie and I were standing. He was helping me with content because everybody just wanted to see Wally. And we go, and all of a sudden I look over, and Wally's still just laying on the floor, on the ice. And one of the coaches comes skating up and is like, he needs this, grabs a Gatorade bottle and heads back over there. And then the boys come because they were done with their drill, and they come up to where Charlie and I were, and we're like, is he going to be okay? And I'm like, I think because he's still laying on the ice. I was like, I think so. And then all of a sudden we just see like 10 of them go skating at Wally. And then you look over and it's Wally on the ground and about 10 high schoolers just looking at him like poking him. Are you alive?
It was
You good, man?
Kale, you've seen the movie, what is it, Stand By Me, from back in the day.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, do you guys want to see a dead body? That was literally this. We had 10 hockey players just standing around like, how you doing, Wally? Like, don't worry about me.
Bunch
I
of
have to practice.
high schoolers are like looking back at their coach like, I've never seen this before.
They were like, this is bad.
This is wild. This is what okay, that's great. Coach took did the coaching staff take like one look at you when you get out on the ice and be like, hey, how many athletic trainers do we have on staff today? Do we have?
It got to a point where I think that they were just like, he's moving, he's okay. But Coach Kraft was just laughing at me the entire time.
Well, he offered you a spot on JV.
Yeah, well, they don't turn people away. I learned that.
It's a pity.
It's like the best backhanded compliment I've ever heard. You
Apparently,
want a spot
I
on
wasn't good enough for
the
varsity
JV
this year.
team?
Next year, Kale, I'm going to be on the second line.
It was nice. Not nice. It was funny. We did have him mic'd up. So we get to hear, when I go through the footage later today, we do get to hear Wally attempting to skate and just hearing his comments.
I desperately need one of those edits of that video where the you find a really good clip of him smacking and you really hear the good smack and you like edit that together with the beat of a song.
Yeah.
And it just like keeps repeating.
Well,
to
the
beat.
problem was is that this wasn't like a building demolish, or it was a slow.
Oh, it was one of those.
I was the least graceful person ever, but I was like falling in slow motion every single time.
It wasn't like a face plant. It was like he's like, you could tell he was going down, and I think I had enough time to get my camera out if I didn't have it out already to get a video. Like you were so, and then we did miss one fall, which is very upsetting. He was like skating out, and he even had Coach Kraft's like hockey stick. He was holding on to it. Coach Kraft was like wheeling him out essentially. All of a sudden, Wally's on his back. He fell.
That was probably the
with
hardest
assistance.
fall. That was probably the hardest fall.
He fell with assistance. I was like, and I missed it. I was so sad. I was like, on that note,
They thought
let's
practice
miss it
was
out.
over, so
Yeah.
like he won't fall again.
No.
Well,
he had assistance.
Well, the good news for you, Wally, is a week from now you'll be able to not only warm up, but kind of heal the wounds, because a week from right now you're going to be sitting on a beach, maybe sipping on a Mai Tai.
Oh, that sounds just delightful, Kale.
Yeah.
Oh, the sunshine. There's going to be beaches. We're going to have so many of our friends coming with the station. Charlie and I on the beach. Secret Playa Mujeres. Sorry, getting a little excited. 168 hours from now. 168 hours from now.
I'll tell you what, Wisconsin winter has just perfectly primed you for that trip. It's going to feel so good to be down there. But I know, you've only traveled. Have you traveled out of the country much?
A couple times in my life.
A couple times in your life. Well, I wanted to share this with you because I came across this. I'm like, all right, I need to share this with Wally. Somebody asked a bunch of flight attendants about the poor passenger behaviors that they're just over, and will immediately judge you and just think you're an awful person if you have these behaviors on your flight. So they've got there was 15 things that came up. And so these are things to keep in mind. Some of these are going to be like, yeah, obviously. Who does? Really? Somebody still does this? Yes, people still do these things. Somebody said reminding us of their status. We already know we don't care.
Yeah, that's a big one. I think that, can I take a guess here before we go too far? People that take their shoes off on planes should be locked up.
I agree with that statement. It's not on the list.
How is that not on the list?
They don't specify that one, but maybe some of these are a little bit more vague and might cover that. For example, another one was just people being entitled generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could say
entitled people think they deserve the world. How about changing diapers on the tray table.
You're kidding. I didn't know that was even a thing.
Neither did I. That is diabolical.
Yep.
Go to the bathroom.
They say it's something else on the list. If you're sick, please make some effort to take care of it. Wear a mask. Have some cough syrup. Don't be hacking uncontrollably on the plane. How about just parents who pretty much act like their kids aren't their kids, and it's always the most unruly kids too.
The kickers in the back of the seat.
Yeah, my kid's not doing anything wrong. Ma'am, your child is kicking me.
Yeah, I have a hole in my back. Thanks a lot.
Exactly. This one's kind of, this one, right? I actually almost expected this to be higher on the list, but drunken passengers. Enjoy yourself, but...
Yeah, have an attorney beforehand. Just don't turn it into 7.
There's nothing better than an airport.
Exactly. I remember, actually, one of my first flights I was ever on. I think I was in late middle school, early high school. It was a very small flight. It was a full-blown, 747, but there was maybe 24 people on the flight. We were headed to Florida, and there was a couple of late 20s, early 30s gentlemen sitting nearby us, and had clearly had quite a few, and we're giving the flight attendant a pretty hard time, to the point where we felt bad for the poor flight attendant. Just don't do that. Don't be that person. How about pressing the call buttons for silly reasons? For example, calling me over to take your trash when I just came through the aisle 2 minutes ago.
I forgot they still have call buttons on planes.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I know.
I didn't even know that you could call button somebody to pick up trash.
How about the inconsideration that people show when they don't put their smaller items under the seat in front of them, but instead put them in the overhead bin, which of course takes up some space that
that's annoying.
Everybody's sharing. Just use the space that you're given. Getting out of your seat during turbulence after they've already told you to remain seated.
That's gutsy to do
stay
that.
there. Passengers that wait until the beverages cart is halfway down the aisle and then need to use the restroom, because then they got to back it all the way up. How about bad personal hygiene?
Yeah,
they
that
say,
one's a brutal
please
one.
just shower, brush your teeth, and use some deodorant before you hop on the plane. How about
There's never a place for bad hygiene.
How about using the bathroom as soon as you walk on, especially after we just watched you sit at the gate for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And this one, I can't believe this one actually happens. This blows my mind. Poking the flight attendants. Please don't poke us.
That
to get
feels
our
like,
attention.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at you, the 80-year-old women out there in Dodge County. The hey, I need something real quick.
Bingo at the Dodge County Fair.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'd be getting poked there. So I'm putting people on probation ahead of time.
So there you go, Wally. Now you've got the list of things that will help you not be judged by the flight attendants, and they'll very much like you by the end of the flight.
Well, what's your stance on clapping when the plane ends? Or lands?
Again, it's another thing. Jail. Immediate jail.
We played on spring break my senior year of college. Our group decided that we needed to do something like that, and so we played a game, and the loser had to clap when the plane
Yes, I've seen that. People are like, yep, loser has to clap.
She was like, guys, I'm not doing it. And we're like, you lost.
Part of me desperately wants to, but I don't know that I have the wherewithal to embarrass myself that highly.
It's so funny.
It depends. I guess for me, it would depend on how packed the flight is.
Yeah.
I think that's what. If it was like a dozen people, I'm like, all right, whatever.
There's a direct correlation of
if there's 100 people on that plane, absolutely not.
There's a direct correlation of the clappers to the people that stand in the aisle as soon as the plane lands. Like they're gonna leave you on the plane somehow. Like, take a second.
I never did understand.
Just sit down.
Yeah.
You're going to baggage claim.
You're not going to get there any faster.
I'm the same way for I feel the same way about concerts and sporting events too. I'm always the one that my wife's in the middle, right? But I'm just gonna wait because I'm not going to get ran over by the people who can't wait to get out of the funnest thing I've done in a month.
I might do that to Charlie and just see what his reaction is.
You should start clapping.
And then I stand in the aisle.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you actually? That'd be so funny.
I'll let you know.
All right, quickly, Wally, what do we got coming up for high school sports here?
Tomorrow night, we have Stoughton is coming to town to face the Beaver Dam girls hockey team on Daily Dodge TV at 6:45. And then at 7 o'clock, the Beaver Dam girls basketball team hosts Watertown in that awesome regional rivalry. So make sure that you're tuned in on Daily Dodge TV tomorrow night. We got a doubleheader for you.
I'll be out there at Watertown.
Yeah,
at Beaver Dam for the girls game. But that'll do it here on Hometown Today. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's true
the bigger your farm equipment gets, the faster you